Oh man, this means Jordan Hall is probably gone, right?
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
Spurs signed Charles Bassey. That's really good. That's stupid impressive from them. My boy Swish Hill actually called this. I talked to him about stuff all the time, and he was like, "Oh, dude, I really want the San Antonio Spurs to get Charles Bassey. That will be a perfect pickup." And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know, or I know more now, but I didn't know a lot about him at the time. So I just want to talk to you guys about that. Now, before we talk about it, really quick, if you want to support the channel, clanthemerchfan.com, link in the description. You can just head on over there, see what you like. Just check it out. Now, be really patient with me because, like I said, I am backed up. Quite a few orders, but if you get yours in, I'm gonna get to you, I promise. Okay, or you can email me if you got any concerns. I got you. All right, it's right there. There's the email. All right, that's enough of that. All right, so let's talk about this Charles Bassey. Now, the reason why I have this up is this is actually him retweeting this. So San Antonio Spurs says we've signed Charles Bassey to a two-way contract, and as you know, Dominic Barlow is staying, so that means Jordan Hall is probably out the door. Let's just be honest. But we can see here that he retweeted. He said home team, that is. If you don't know, he actually went to St. Anthony High School in San Antonio, Texas. So, hey, cool. He's low-key from here. He was born in Nigeria, but he knows his way around San Antonio, 21 years old. Now, what's kind of cool about this is he actually was drafted, I believe, right after Wieskamp, at least in the second round. Okay. So he was drafted around there. So the San Antonio Spurs, I think that they I actually didn't look this up, but I'm pretty sure. Okay. It's just my memory here. Pretty sure the Spurs passed up on him for Wieskamp, but hey, that is what it is. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at his stats in the NBA, and then we're going to look at his stats in the G League. Okay. And I'll try my best to contextualize it. Like I said, I didn't know a ton about him before. I just tried to look into it, and I was highly impressed with what I looked into. So let's go here. So this is the NBA, and we can see here that there's nothing here. 7 minutes per game. You're not going to get anything out of that. 23 games played total with Philly. Obviously, he's not going to get a lot of playing time being a center in Philly. Okay, and I think that you'll know why. Only averaged 3 points. It's not much here. This isn't a big enough sample size to give you anything. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. So we're going to look at the G League stats. Now, this is what I really care about. All right, so check this out. So in 28 minutes, he averaged nearly he did average 19 points, 65 field goal percentage, 30% from three, and that's averaging, at least a three a game. He at least attempts a three a game, and that's pretty good, especially for a center. 77 free throw percentage, so he has shooting touch. And you can see here 10 rebounds, 1.6 assists, only 1.5 turnovers per game, 1.1 steals, 3.4 blocks. So let's get this straight, okay? He averaged 19 points, 10 rebounds, a steal, and 3 blocks. That's really impressive. And the reason why I'm impressed by this is really because this 19 points. Because in the G League, really it's a guard-driven league. I mean, I know the NBA is too, but especially the G League, it's more so for the development of guards. So I'm actually shocked that he was able to average 19 points per game. Now, with that being said, what type of guy is he? Well, he's the exact type of guy that I was arguing with Spurs fans about when they were talking about, hey, I want this type of player with our 9th overall pick. And who is that? The Spurs wanted Jalen Duren. I know you guys remember. The Spurs wanted Jalen Duren, Mark Williams, and I kept saying, I feel like you can get this type of archetype. Maybe not as good or as elite as far as shot blocking and stuff, but you can get that type of archetype outside of the draft. That's why I wanted us to go with someone that's a little bit more versatile, like Jeremy Sohan or Eason, right? Like, that's what I wanted us to do, because you can get these type of players outside of the draft, and the Spurs found it. So I absolutely love this. So he's kind of and I was talking to Swish Hill about this. He called it. But he's kind of like a Clint Capella type player. And from the highlights and what I've seen, I totally agree with that. Kind of just does the dirty work, grit and grind type of guy. I really like this pickup. And another thing, and it's probably the biggest reason why I like this pickup, is because this means, and I'm pretty sure the Spurs have already thought about this, okay? There's going to be some teams that's pretty desperate, and you know that we're still in a tanking year. Don't think that these wins mean much, okay? We're still in a tanking year, and the Spurs know that, hey, we're in a tanking year, but at the same time, we're going to have to trade some guys. Let's go ahead and add more to this arsenal as far as these future draft picks and everything. Getting Charles Bassey, I'm not going to say it completely makes Jakob expendable, but at the same time, I think you can at least make a move and feel a little bit more comfortable that during the rest of the season, you can still develop guys and he can come in and do the gritty work, right? Like we're talking screens, the rebounding, the defense. This is a guy that can come in and do all that. So I'm just hoping that that's part of this too. I'm not like one of the people that just absolutely want Jakob to go. I don't think Jakob's a bad player. I think he's such a good player. I would much rather him just develop, or not necessarily develop. He kind of is who he is, but him go to another team and actually compete, maybe with the Warriors or something. But as it stands right now, I think that this is a really good pickup. I don't know what the Spurs, I tried to look into it, but I'm not sure what the Spurs' interest was in him during the year in which they end up getting Joe Wieskamp. Well, last year in which they got Joe Wieskamp. So I have no idea, but this is a really good pickup. And I think that this is really going to help us, and it helps our depth just a little bit at that big man position. So if the Spurs make any moves, they're set, they're good. We can make this move and move on if they wanted to move Jakob. So, but yeah, I like this a lot. So really good pickup. We'll see how he does in the G League. Hopefully we get to see him play with Dominic Barlow, Blake Wesley, and Malachi Branham. That should be pretty nice. Well, but anyways, just want to talk to you guys about it. Let me know what you think. If you know more about Charles Bassey, just let me know. But until next time, man,